You use words, you say things like situational awareness, right? Where those of us, we know that when you walk into the room, you're taught from a young age, like you need to keep your head on the swivel. You need to be aware of what's happening around you. You say things like, use words like swagger or, words that really lean to our culture. And I've noticed that even in the way that you communicate with everyone, frankly, you are very professional, but still very culturally forward. Why is it important for you to showcase these beautiful elements of our culture in the professional world, especially in a time where so many people are code switching? You have decided at an executive level not to.
Yeah, no. It's interesting that you asked that question. I think first and foremost, it's incredibly important to normalize being comfortable in who you are. Let me say that again. Normalizing being comfortable in who you are. That's regardless of the scenario, the environment, or the people who are around you. Quite frankly, it's exhausting faking the funk. It is exhausting. The one thing that you don't get back in life is what? Time. Okay? And so when I start to think about what's the best use of my time, it's me being real. Okay? We've talked a little bit about this idea of me being an instinctive challenger, right? And the reality of the situation is that for centuries, there has been a demographic that has tried to define what is correct. And I don't know that I've ever heard the answer to the question that would suggest who made this particular demographic the authority on establishing what is correct. Okay? And so I have absolutely no problem. I can tell you, a few years ago, I sat with a CEO of an agency that I worked at, and it was the first time that he and I actually sat down. And we were at dinner at this very nice steakhouse, and the waiter came over to us, and they said, well, what do you want to drink? And I said, I wanted a glass of Hennessy. Now, I went back and I told my friends, like, yeah, man, I was sitting and had a glass of Hennessy. But the reality of the situation was, that's what I drink. That's what I drink. When people are around or when people are not around. No, this is not an endorsement, but this is me. This is me keeping it 100% or buck, right? What I found is that I've been able to garner and establish more long-lasting relationships, right? Staying true to who I am. And quite frankly, listen, I'm going to be real. Some people might be watching this who, they creep and they want to pay attention to what's going on, whether or not we rock with each other or not, right? It's that there are going to be some people who really like you, and there are going to be some people who don't. I'm not asking people to like me, right? What is not negotiable is the respect level. And I'm willing to bet, right, that if you get beyond personal stylistic preferences, whether or not you think I'm confident or arrogant or cocky, but you actually listen to the intelligence that's on display, 9 times out of 10, right, we're likely going to find common ground with agreement. Because either I'm going to reveal something that you haven't said, right, or you haven't thought about, or you're going to reveal something to me that I haven't thought about or I haven't said. And as long as we have shared emphasis on continuously getting smarter, continuously getting better, because at the end of the day, that's the core objective, right? Are you waking up each and every day improving who you are to the core? Whether that's as a professional, whether that's as an individual, whether that's as a father, a mother, whatever your role may be, did you get better that day? And your ability to learn from people who you like and who you don't like, right, is a direct has a direct correlation on your maturity. And so for me, I spend less time talking about symptoms, and I spend more time focusing on problems. And so my ability to learn from anybody allows me to be comfortable wherever I may be, because I'm good or I'm not good, whether you like me or not.